Hello everyone, welcome back to Vyasa IAS CSAT course lecture of interest again. Let's start with some problems of interest. We have already seen the topic of interest in our last class. So let's do some questions here. So look at this question. The rate of interest for first 3 years is 6% per annum and for the next 4 years is 7% per annum and for the period beyond 7 years is 7.5% per annum. If a man lent out 1200 rupees for 11 years, find the total interest earned by him. Okay, the rate of interest is given for first 3 years. So look at this student, until and unless you are not told that this is not simple interest, this is not compound interest, then you can consider this as simple interest only. So we don't find anywhere that compound interest has been mentioned here. So we will take this as simple interest itself. Okay. So what the question is saying, number one, that the rate of interest for 3 years is 6%. Is 6%. Okay. The rate of interest for 4 years is 7%. Okay, for the next 4 years is 7%. And the rate of interest for the period beyond 7 years is how much? 7.5%. Fine. Now it is saying that a man lent out 1200 rupees. Okay, 1200 rupees for 11 years. Find the total interest earned by him. So at 6%, okay, at 6%, the rate of interest for 3 years. So obviously the interest is how much? Um, it is equals to what? P into R into T by 100. We can use this formula here. So P is what? 1200 here. R is what? 6 here. And time is how much? Time is 3 years here. So you can definitely do this. So this becomes what? Obviously 12 into 18. So this is 16. Okay, this is 96 and this is 12. So this becomes um, 216. Okay, this becomes 216. Fine. So we have 216 as interest rate for 3 years, and then it is saying rate of interest for 4 years is 7%. So that is how much? 1200 into 7 into 4 for the next 4 years they are asking. So we have this. Okay. So let's just cancel this out. You will have this 48 and 48 into 7. So 8 5 is 8 7 are 56 5. 4 sevens are 28. 28 plus 5 is 33. So you have this 336. Here you had 216. Here you had 336. So this is the interest rate for 7 years and he is lending the money for 11 years. So only 4 years left. Okay, only 4 years left. So you have this 1200 into 7.5 into 4 divided by 100. So you can cancel this. This will become 48 and you have to multiply this by 75. So 7 8s are 40. This will be 20, 24. 7 8s are 56, 5. 4 7s are 28 plus 5, that is 33. So you have this 3600. Okay, but we have point here, so you will have 360. So total in all, how much your interest rate came? 216 plus 336 plus 360. Okay, so this will come to be how much? 2. This will become how much? This is 10 and 11. So this is 1 and this is 912. So your 912 is the answer. This is a very simple question. I don't see such questions coming in UPSC, but this is very important to initiate our basics. Okay, this is very important to initiate our basics. From that perspective, we need doing these kind of questions. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next question. What does next question say? Now look at this. A sum of money double itself in 12 years. Find the rate percentage per annum. This is very simple because it is saying what? A sum of money doubles itself in 12 years. Okay. Find the rate percentage per annum. So basically it is saying amount is equals to principal plus interest. Okay, principal plus interest. Now this interest is becoming P. So that means earlier we started from principal and now it is becoming 2P. So here your amount is 2P, that means your interest is P. Okay, I hope you understand. Here amount is 2P, therefore its principal is P. So P we can write here, and that is equals to P into R into T divided by 100. Now what is this T? 12. So you have this P into R into T. Okay. So you can cancel this P, and R is equals to how much? 100 by 12. So I think this will come 8.5 something, but let's just do this. So this will become what? 4 3 times and 4 25 times, and this will become 8.33 something. So 3 8s are 24, and you will this will come 8.33 something. So this is very easy. I hope you understand. See what this is asking to you. A sum of money doubles itself in every 12 years. Find the rate percentage per annum. Okay. So either you see, you can do this in many ways, but I am telling you one way. The first way is that amount is equals to principal plus interest. So what we started with was principal P, and now after some time the amount became 2P. So that means principal will be constant. So this interest became I equal to P. So now I put what? P is equals to P into R into T by 100. Okay. So from here I got this 8.33 percentage. What again I can, what else that I can do? Same thing, that you can put 100 as principal. Okay. And you know it doubles itself in 12 years. That means the same interest, the same principal that you put in, that you will get after 12 years. So you have this becomes 200. Okay. So here you can do what? 100 is equals to 100 into R into T divided by 100. So this is 12. Okay, this is 12. So this cancels, and this R is equals to 100 by 12. So that will come 8.33. Okay, that will come 8.33. So this is how you can do this. These questions are simple. Anyway, question of this type are asked in UPSC. So be very careful with this thing. Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next question. Look at this question. What this question is saying. A certain sum of money amounts to rupees 704 in 2 years and 800 in 5 years. Find the principal. Okay. So what it is asking you the principal. Fine. And what it is giving? A certain principal is there and it amounts to rupees 704 in 2 years. Okay. And it amounts to 800 in 5 years. 800 in 5 years. Find the principal. Okay. So see, it is given this much. Okay. And we have to find the principal. So there are many methods we can do, but let us find this by one method. So now this is what, see, I am subtracting this 800 from 704. So how much I am getting? 96. And this 96 I got in how many years? 3 years. Okay, so I got this 32 now, because it is nothing is given that it is compounded or simple interest. So I will assume this as simple interest. So my simple interest is coming to be 32. Okay, my simple interest is coming to be 32. Now it is asking you to find the principal. So I put P here. I put I is equals to 30. Sorry, I put I here. I is equals to P into R into T by 100. And what is I for me? I is 32. What is P for me? I have to find what is R for me. So that is also not given. Okay, that is also not given. Rate of interest is not given because I don't know what is P. Okay, because I don't know what is P. And then you have, let's say, time. Okay, so see, if for single year I'm earning interest of 32, so for 5 years, how much interest I am earning? 32 into 5, that means 160 interest I am earning. So I'll keep this interest as 160. Okay, I'll keep this interest as 160. Fine. See, what else you can do here is, you know that this 32 rupees is interest for 1 year. So keep this as 32. Here R we don't know. Here T1 we know. Here P we know this. So P into R by, or PR by 100 is equals to 3200. Okay. So that means principal into rate of interest. Okay, principal into rate of interest is 3200. So this is fine for us. Now it is saying we can put this in any of this one. Okay, we can put this in any of this one. So this is what amount in 2 years. Okay, this is amount in 2 years. So, see, we can find from here as well, but even this is helpful for us. So, see, we have this 704 as amount in 2 years. Okay, so before 2 years, it would have been just the principal. It would have been just the principal. And what is the interest? 32. So, the interest would have been 64 for 2 years. So, just subtract this. So, this will come to be how much? 640. So this is your principle. Okay, so we don't have to do even this as well. Okay, do you understand this? We don't have to do this as well, although you can put the formula and still find your answer, but still you can find from here also. I'll once again I will explain. See, this question can be done in many ways. See, because what you can do here is, one thing you can do here is that you write P is equals to, sorry, I is equals to P into R into T divided by 100. Okay, so this is the amount given, and amount is equals to what? Principal plus interest. So this is 704 into P plus something I, and that is equals to P into R into T by 100. One thing is this, or you can write this as P, um, 1 plus RT by 100 is equals to 704. Fine. And here only we know 2. Okay, here only we know 2. So you can do what? 704 P1 plus 2R by 100. Okay, and for 5 years you can do what? 800 P 1 plus 5R by 100. Now look at this equation, student. There are two equations and two unknowns you can definitely solve from here. Okay, you can definitely solve from here, but we will not do this. Okay, we will not do this. What I am doing instead of this very intuitively is that I am taking this two amounts. I am given this 704, and this is the amount of the money I am earning in 2 years. Okay, and I am given this 800, and this is the amount of the money I am earning in 5 years. Okay, so that means between 704 to 800, I earned 3 years of interest. And how much that interest is? 96 rupees, because 800 minus 704 is 96. Okay, I earn 96 rupees. Fine. So I know interest for 1 year is how much? 96 divided by 3, because simple interest is same each year. Okay. It does not happen on that. We are not counting interest or interest. So simple interest is same everywhere. So we have this 32. Okay. We have this 32. Fine. I got this as 32. Now what I can do? It is asking find the principal. So we have to find the principal. Now I know that interest for 1 year is 32 rupees, and interest for 2 years for me will be 64 rupees. Now this thing is what? Principal plus interest is equals to 704. And how much interest? Interest of 2 years, that means 2 times. So P plus 64 is equals to 704. So P here becomes what? 640. So this is definitely very easy than this than this equation based formula. So obviously we did nothing but used our brain in a very simple manner. So I think, see, you can remember the formula that is necessary. Okay, but you have to use as less formula as possible. Okay, understand this thing. Whenever you get a question from aptitude, it is not just about concepts. It is just about you understanding that what this question is saying. So even if you don't know the concept of interest in anything, then also you can do this. So just read the question very carefully, focus on the question. I am sure you will be able to find some of the solution. Okay. So whatever we are practicing, that is, we want to activate our brains. Okay. So that is the purpose here. Okay, fine. Just let's just move on to the next question. Now look at this. A certain sum of money, what this question is saying, a certain sum of, okay, this is the same question. Look at this. A sum of money was invested at simple interest for a certain rate for 3 years. Had it been invested at 4% higher rate, at a 4% higher rate, it would have fetched 480 more. Find the principal. Okay, so what the question is saying, that uh, there is certain rate R, there was some principle, like we don't know that also. We just know that we had time for 3 years. Okay, we had time for 3 years. Now it is saying that had it been invested at 4% more. So if instead of R, I would have R plus 4, okay, then the same principle is going to get to fetch us 480 more. Okay, so that means 480 more means your interest will become I plus 480. Okay, your interest will become I plus 480. So you have to find the principal here. Okay, you have to find the principal here. Fine. So see, when we do this on the basis of our formula, what we are getting. So interest is equals to what? P into R into T divided by 100. So PR, and obviously this time is equals to 3, and we have, let's say, I as interest, and then we have I plus 480. Okay, and then this is P, and instead of this we will write R plus 4 into 3 divided by 100. Okay, into 3 divided by 100. So now obviously what you can do here, just equate this I. So you have this 3PR divided by 100 plus 480 plus PR plus 4P. Okay, and this is also equal to 3. So you have this 3PR plus 12P. Okay, 3PR plus 12P divided by 100. Okay, now this is 480. So you have this 3PR plus 48 triple zeros is equals to 3PR plus 12P. This is divided by 100, and this is also divided by 100. So this will get cancelled. Even this will get cancelled. Okay, even this will get cancelled. So you have this 12P is equals to 48,000. So P is equals to how much? P is equals to 4,000. Okay, P is equals to 4,000. So I hope you are clear with this thing. Okay, I hope you are clear with this concept. Uh, what we did, what we did do here is just that it is saying a certain sum of money was invested at simple interest at a certain rate for 3 years. Okay, at 3 years, and had it been invested at a 4% higher rate, it would have fetched 480 more. Okay, it would have fetched 480 more. Okay, so basically what is happening here is that this 4% for 3 years is bringing you how much? Um, 480. Okay, 480. 4% for 3 years is bringing you 480 more. Okay, so that means each year for 3 years, if this is bringing 4%, is bringing simple interest how much? This will be, I think, 16 times. Okay, 1 times, and 3 6 are 80. So 4% extra is bringing 160 year extra each. Okay, so 4% extra is bringing 160 years extra each. Okay, So from here also I can do what? Because this 4% for 1 year is equals to 160. So what of 4% is equals to 160? So 4000 ka 4% is equals to 160. Okay, 4000 ka 4% is equals to 160. Are you getting my point? What I am trying to say? This 4000 ka 4% is equals to 160. I hope you understand this. So I didn't even have to do that process. I hope you understand this. This is very intuitive, but still I am telling you. See, there are two method here as well. What I am saying here is that it is saying when I gave when I had 4% interest rate, okay. So I had this R plus 4% interest rate. So I was having some interest I, let's say, and then uh, sorry, when I had this R% interest rate for 3 years, okay, then I was having I interest. And when I was having this R plus 4% interest for 3 years, then I got I plus 480. Okay, I plus 480. So what I got that this 4% is making 480 in 3 years. That means in 1 year, this 4% is making 160. Okay, is making 160. 4% more is making 160. So if I take this 4000, if I take this 4000, so it is bringing how much? 4000 ka 4% is 160. Okay, so I am getting this as 4000. The similar result we got from here when we did what? When we did from this process that I is equals to P into R into T by 100. And we know here R is equals to what? R is equals to 3 divided by 100. And then we have this I plus 480 is equals to P into R plus 4 into 3 divided by 100. So we have this what? So I am just substituting this I is equals to 3PR divided by 100, and this is what? 3PR plus 12P. Okay, sorry, I think I was running too fast for computer. Okay, so 3PR plus this 12P is divided by 100 is equals to how much? This 480. Okay, so just take the LCM, you will find 48,000. Okay, and this will 3PR will get cancelled, 100 will get cancelled. You have this 12P, and obviously no, this is 4,000. Okay, so here we got very intuitively, and here we got doing this lengthy formula. You can decide for yourself which one do you understand. Okay, see, the point is this: when you are doing in this long format, then it is very rare that you will make any conceptual mistake. Okay, very rare that any conceptual mistake is there. So this is the safe and lengthy route. Okay, this is the safe and lengthy route, and this is short, intuitive. But sometimes what happens that when we are trying to be too smart, we risk misunderstanding things. Okay, so sometimes these understanding backfire, but for whenever I see that there is a direct method, I do tell you. Okay, so you can think on these lines as well. Okay, so I hope now you understand this question well. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. Now look at this question. It is saying a certain sum of money treble itself in 8 years. In how many year it will be 5 times? Okay. So what it is saying, simple method. So what this is saying, a sum of money treble itself in 8 years. Okay. So we can do what? Amount is equals to principal plus interest, and this principal plus interest is equals to 3 times of P. Okay, so I is equals to obviously 2P. Okay, now what I will do, I is equals to P into R into T by 100. Okay, now I can keep it as 2P, so P into R into T by 100. Okay, so this P and P got cancelled. We don't know R, but we know T. Okay, so this becomes what? 2 into r into 8 divided by 100. Okay, so now this becomes r into 200 by 8. Okay, so this is what this will become 4 2 times 4 5. Okay, 4 5s are 20, and this is so rate is equals to 25%. Okay, rate is equals to 25%. Now it is asking in how many years it will become 5 times. So that means 4 times of P. Interest now will be equal to 4 times of P. Okay, because it is asking how many years it will be 5 times. So interest is equals to 4 times of P here. Okay, now put this 4P, then P into R into T by 100. So 4P into P, and this R is how much? 25 by 100 into T is 8. So this will become 1 by 4. This will become 2. Okay. This will become 2. Acha, sorry, time is not given to us. Okay, fine. Sorry, by mistake. Please pardon me. So this is 4P, this is P, and this is R. R came to be how much? 25%. Okay. R came to be how much? 25%. This T we have to find, and this divided by 100. Obviously, this P and P will get cancelled. Okay. Okay. Obviously, this P and P will get cancelled, and this will come to be for us this 1 times, this will be 4 times, so T is coming to be 16 years. Okay, T is coming to be 16 years. So here it is saying in how many years it will become 5 times. Okay, so for that purpose we used 4P. Okay, for that purpose we used 4P. So this came to be 16 years. Fine. Now see, even this can tell you when it will become 5 times. Okay. So for example, you don't have to use T also here. If there is 25% interest rate, if R is equals to 25%, okay. If R is equals to 25%, that means in 4 years it will become P again. Okay. In 4 years it will become P again. Now you have to make it 4P, because 1P we are already having. In how many years it will become 5 times? Okay, in 8 years it became 3 times, so in how many years it will become 5 times? So here what happens is that in 4 years this will become P. Okay, and in how many years it will become 4P? 4 into 4, so that means 16 years. Okay, so that means 16 years. So this is how we can do this. Okay, 16 years is the answer for us. This is how we can do this. So I hope everybody gets this. So when we took out that R is equals to 25%, after that we may not necessarily need this formula, but you can continue by this formula also. Okay, let's see if there is any other method. Okay, let's see if there is any other method. So it is saying a sum of money treble itself in 8 years. Okay, so 8 years. So what we know, that interest rate for 8 years is equals to how much? Interest rate for 8 years is equals to 2P. Okay, because I is equals to amount is equals to P plus interest, and interest is equals to 2P, then only it became 3P. Okay, then only it became 3P. So interest rate for 8 years is equals to 2P. So interest rate for 1 year is equals to how much? 2P by 8, that is P by 4. Okay, now it is saying in how many years it will be 5 times. So for 5 times, how many year interest, what interest rate I would need? 4P. Okay, so now this is P by 4. Now this is P by 4 in 1 year. Okay, so to make this 4P, what are you going to multiply here? To make this 4P, I will multiply P by 4 into 16. So that means now this will become 4P. So that means 16 years, because I multiplied 16 here. Okay. So that is how I got this. Okay. So look at this. This is very simple. Very, very simple. Okay. Okay, this is very, very simple. So I hope you understand this thing. We did a very lengthy formula, and now this is a very intuitive thing. Okay, very intuitive thing. What we did here is we know that amount is equals to principal plus interest. So what is principal? Principal is equals to what? Principal is equals to P only, and interest is equal to what? 2P. Now this happened in how many years? 8 years. So 8 years gave us interest of 2p. So 1 year gave us interest of p by 8, 2p by 8, that is p by 4. Now see, it is saying in how many years it will become 5 times. So amount has to become 5p. That means I has to become 4p. Okay, because amount is equals to 5p, then this is equals to p plus I. So I is equals to 4p. Okay, I is equals to 4p. Now to become 4p, I will multiply it how many times? 16 times. So that is what? Time, because each year you will receive some interest rate, and that will make this 4p. So see, this is very simple for us. Otherwise, you could have tried that formula. Also, because we came to know here that if interest is equals to p by 4, that means interest is 25%. Because see, understand this thing very properly. I took 100 rupees for from you, and the next year I gave you 25 rupees as interest. Okay, 25 rupees as interest, because this is 25%. Okay, I gave you 25 rupees as interest, है ना? Because 1 by 4th, 1 by 4th it is okay, p by 4, that means 25%. Okay, so once I got this, that this rate is 25%, so that means I will have the same amount in 4 years, and to get the 4 times amount, I will need 4 into 4, that is 16 years. So from here also I can calculate, from there also I can calculate. I can think about this question in different ways. Okay. So try to think about question in different ways. Focus on the what the statement of the question is saying, and then you will get your answer. Okay. So I hope this is clear with everybody. Now let's move forward. Okay, if compound interest is charged on a certain sum for 2 years at 10%, the amount becomes 605. Find the principal. Okay, find the principal. So it is saying if compound interest is charged on a certain sum for 2 years at 10%, find uh, uh, the amount becomes 605. Find the principal. Okay, so, see, we can do this question in many ways, but I told you, please forget the formula for compound interest. Okay, please forget the formula for compound interest, because see, compound interest formula is what? Here amount is equals to P1 plus R by 100 to the power n. So we can definitely do this by this 10 by 100, 1, and this is n. So now because this is only 2, there is no problem for us. Okay, but and this will be also simple as a calculation, so we can do this. But if it is not very simple, okay, then what we will do? So for this we can obviously do, but I'll tell you alternate methods also. So we have this 605 is equals to p, and this will become what? 11 by 10 ka whole square. So this is 605 into p, and this will be 121. Okay, this will be 121, and this will be uh, 10, that is 100. Okay, that is 100. Fine. Okay, now, see, we just have one option here. We will see whether this 605 is divisible by 5 or not. So we have this 5, 121 into 5. If you will do 5 and 5, this will 10, and this will come to be 605. So this came to be 5, and this P will be equal to 500. Okay, this P will be equal to 500. So this is how you can do it. But this formula only worked here because this is very simple. Okay, rate is given 10% and n is equals to 2 years. If this would have been bigger, you would have then went on multiplying. So what is the alternative method here? Here only we will see. See, I take principal as 100. Okay, principal as 100, and for 2 years. So 10% of this became 110. Okay, plus 10, and this 110 ka 10% if you took, so you did plus 11, so that means how much it became? 121. Okay, so 21% it is, the compound interest is getting 21%. Okay, now see, this 605 is 21% types of some principal. So x into 21 by 100. Okay, sorry, this 605 is 21% more than your principal. Okay, so what we can do here is, let us take your principal x. So x into 121 by 100, because it is 21 times 21% more than your principal. So x into 121 is equal to 605. So x is equals to 605 into 100 by 121. Okay, so now you can obviously know that this is 500. Okay, so I hope you understand this. What I did here is, because I added plus 10 here and plus 11 here, so I got this as 21%. Okay, so I know this is amount. If this would have been interest, then I would have find 21 into 100 is equals to 605. I would have got some other answer. Okay, but it is saying this is amount, so I this has 121. Why? Because see, whenever amount is given, so that means amount is equals to principal plus interest. Okay, and that is interest is some multiple of this only. So I took this principal common. This is saying that interest is 21% of interest is 21% of the principal. Okay, so that became amount. Okay, that became amount. So I did this as 121 by 100. Okay, 121 by 100 is equals to what? 605. So you got your principal. So I hope you understand this. See, this is one way of thinking. Okay, this is one way of thinking. Similar, the similar method can be used in another way also. So this is the third kind of method. So you have this as 10%. Okay, it is saying 10% of compound interest for 2 years. We already saw what is compound interest. Compound interest is we got some amount because of this, charging this, and now on this also we have 10%. Okay, so our interest goes on increasing, so this becomes 121. Okay, so what you can do, we have this 100 as principal. Okay, and this 101 and this 121 as amount. So amount is 605 at this 100 divided by, let's say, some principal x. So you can do this also. 100 by x is equals to 121 by 605. So it is obviously the same thing you are getting. So x is equals to 100 into 605 divided by 121. So either you take this is 21% more than this, then also you are going to take 121 into is equals to 605, or you can do this method also. What? 100 divided by x. See, because the ratio will be same, ये 21% increase हुआ है, so this will also go to 21%. Okay, I hope you understand what I am trying to tell you. I am trying to teach you many methods of finding compound interest, or trying you to visualize compound interest in many format. Okay, okay, so this is my motive here, to make you visualize compound interest is in many format. So what I am trying to tell you here, that 100 by x is equals to 121 by 605. You can do this as well. Okay, so this will become what? 100 into 605, and this will become 121 into x, and obviously now you can find x here. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this thing. Now let's move forward a little bit more. Now, students, look at this question. If the difference between compound interest and simple interest on a certain sum of money is rupees 72 at 12% per annum for 2 years, then find the amount. Okay. Now it is saying difference between compound interest and simple interest on a certain sum of money is 72 at 12% per annum for 2 years. Find the amount. Okay. So what is given to you? You have been given that there is some compound interest, there is some simple interest. Okay. And see, the difference comes to be 72. Okay, the difference comes to be 72. And simple interest is how much for 2 years? Okay, 12 for 12% for 2 years, and similar thing is for compound interest, 12% for 2 years. Okay, and your difference is coming to be 72. We have to find the amount. Okay, see now here what you can do. You obviously know what is interest. For compound interest, you obviously know that interest is um, see, you can obviously calculate by the formula method. Now, this time I am trying to tell you very directly. Okay, so we know this, fine. Now, simple interest, let us take principal is equals to 100. Okay, we are taking that principal is equals to 100. Okay, so if 12% per annum is taken for 2 year, okay, so this is 72. Okay, so for 2 years, if I am taking 12% per annum, so that means my interest is going to be how much? 24 rupees. What? My simple interest is going to be 24 rupees. I am trying to tell you here is that let us calculate compound interest and simple interest at 12% per annum for 2 years. Okay, so 100 is the let's say principal. So for 2 years, 12% per annum rate. Okay, I will get how many rupees? I will get how many rupees for as simple interest? So this is very simple. 12 rupees per year. So that means in 2 years I will get simple interest of 24. Fine. For simple interest. Okay. Compound interest, what I am going to get? I will start with 100. Okay. So 100 ka 12% is 112. 12 plus 12 you will do. Okay. And what is 12% of 112? Okay. What is 12% of 112? Fine. So how we can calculate this? See, we already know what is 12% of 100. How much? 12. I already told you how to calculate this. We already know what is 12% of 100. That is 12. Okay. Now we have to know what is 12% of 12. Okay. What is 12% of 12? 1.44. Okay. What is 12% of 12? 1.44. Um, I hope everybody is clear with this thing. So you will add 13.44. Okay, you will add 13.44. So this will become how much? 125.44. Okay, 125.44. And this total is how much? 25.44. Okay, 25.44. Now it is saying that this is 72. This is 72. So see, what is the difference here between compound interest and simple interest? So compound interest is 25.44 and simple interest is 24. So that means this is 1.44. Okay, 1.44. Now this is the difference is coming because I took this principal as 100. Okay, but principal is something else. Okay, so when I am when I am taking principal as 100, my difference is coming to be 1.44. Okay, so when I will take principal as x, my difference is coming to be 72. Okay, so how can I calculate 100 by x is equals to 1.44 divided by 72. Okay, 1.44 divided by 72. Fine. Now, if you do this 72 into 2 is what? 1.144. Okay, this 72 into 2 is what? 144. So how you will do this? Basically, just multiply 100 here. So this will become 100 here. If you are not very comfortable with the calculation, then I am saying this. Otherwise, we can do this directly as well. I will tell you. So this will become 144 divided by 72 into 100. So this is becoming what? You have this 72 and this is 2 and this is 2 1 times and this is 250 times, and x will become what? 50 into 100. That is how much? 5,000 rupees. Okay, 5,000 rupees. So this is how we can do this. Okay, we just calculated our simple interest and our compound interest. उससे जो difference आया, we took that thing 1.144 and we just equated it. So we see, when we are using 100, our calculations are very very simple. That's why I'm telling you to use this kind of calculation. Okay. Okay, so I hope you are clear with this thing, how we got it here. Okay, and for this calculation, obviously it is very easy. So this is actually 2 by 1, but then there is point. So that means there is 2 points. So there is 100 here. So you can directly write it 1 by 50. Okay, this is 1 by 50. You can directly write, but that is okay. This is a very simple calculation. And I don't want you to over focus on the calculation part in the UPSC, because if you would have seen the CSAT paper of the past previous year, it was more of the application of the brain than focusing on the calculation. Okay. Let us understand this process once more so that is very clear for you. See, it is saying कि compound interest and simple interest के बीच का difference, it is 72. Okay. So what I started doing here, that I started calculating 12% per annum simple interest. So when I got 12% per annum simple interest for 2 years, when I'm taking my principal is equals to 100, so I got 24 rupees. And similarly, for 12%, if I am calculating the compound interest, so I started with 100, I took 12%. So this 12% is coming to be how much? 112 पहले तो हो जाएगा. So this is plus 12 I am doing. And then इसका 12% I have to calculate. So I already know कि 100 का 12% is how much? 12 rupees. Now I have to just calculate the 12% of 12, and that is how much? 1.44. So I did what? I added here 13.44, because 12 plus 1.44. So I added here 13.44. So this becomes 125. This becomes 125.44. My total compound interest is how much? My total compound interest is 25.44. Now it is saying the difference between compound interest and simple interest. So here what I got, the difference between compound interest and simple interest, 20.25.44 minus 24 is equal to 1.44. Okay, now when I took principal as 100, I got my this difference is equals to 1.44. As my principal will increase, my difference will become 72. So 100 by x, or you can do the vice versa also. 100 by x is equals to 1.44 divided by 72. Okay. So either you can do this directly here. 72 into 100 is equals to 1.44 into x. Okay. So you will do what? Multiply 100 here and just do this 144, and this will become this will become 2, and this will become 50. So this becomes 5,000. So I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Okay, I hope everybody is clear with this thing. Fine, let us move forward. Now look at this question. It is saying the population of Jhumari Talaya increases by 10% in first year, increases by 20% in the second year, and due to mass exodus, it decreases by 5% in the third year. What will be the population after 3 years if today it is 10,000? Okay. What will be the population after 3 years if today it is 10,000? So, what this is saying to you, that यहाँ पे if you try to answer, pause the video and try to answer yourself. If you what you will use, compound interest or simple interest. Okay, this is a question of population increase, okay, or population appreciation, population increase and decrease. So when you are using this percentage, so what manner you will use, as compound interest or simple interest? Okay, so pause the video, answer it, look at your copy, write it down there, and then see again, then check it. Okay, so this will be obviously from the perspective of compound interest will do. So I will start with my method only. Okay, and then I will tell you, because this method becomes very easy while solving. So I am taking this population of, let Jhumri Talaiya be 100 from the start. In the first year it increased by 10%, so it became 110, and then this population increased by 20%. Okay, then this population increased by 20%. So we obviously know very easily that 20% of 110 is 22. Okay, 20% of 110 is 22. So the population becomes 132. Okay, and then due to mass exodus, it decreases by 5%. Okay, 5% का population decrease हुआ third year में. So 5% of 132. So don't calculate this way. 10% of 132 is what? 13.2. So 5% of 132 will become 13.2 divided by 2. So this will become how much? 2 6 are 12. Okay, and this is 1.2 and 2 6 are 12. So the population is 6.6. Okay, 6.6. So that means the population कितनी हो गई? 132 minus 6.6. Okay, so ये हो गया 4. We have this as 5 and we have this as 2. So 125.4. Okay, 125.4. Fine, 125.4, we got our population. So overall, there is an increase of how much in the population? 25.4%. Okay, there is increase of how much in the population? 25.4%. Fine. Okay. Now it is saying the population, if the population is today 10,000, okay, तो 100 population ली थी तो वो 1 2.4 हो गई. तो आप, if you will take 10,000 as your population, if you will take 10,000 as your population, so then your population will become how much? 125.4, and see, multiply 100 here. So this will become 12540. So this is this. Okay. So I hope you understand this thing. Okay. I hope you understand this thing. See, this question have been could have been done directly also. तो आप 10,000 you could have taken, इसका 10% अगर population increase हुई, so what is 10% of this? 1,000. Okay, तो ये 11,000 this could have been become. And if it is saying that इसका 20% now there is increase, so what is 20% of this? 2200. So that would have become 13200. Okay, 13200. एंड इसका 5% डिक्रीज. ओके, इसका 5% कितना है? तो इसका 10% इज 1320. तो इसका 5% इज 660. ओके, 660. So just subtract 660 from here. So this will become 0, this will become 4, this will become 5, and this will become 12540. Okay, but why did I start with 100 and did that here? Because if this would not have been 10,000, then it would have been a very cumbersome calculation to calculate 10% and then 20% this. So अगर मैंने यहाँ पे 100 से चालू किया और अगर ये हमको मिल जाए कुछ 68490, let us see, ठीक है ना? तो and the same thing happens. तो देखिए, if I know कि 100 से population 125.4 हो गई या 25% का increase हो गया, तो अगर like यहाँ पे we would have got if only 25% increase था, तो just 25% इसका calculate कर लेते. Okay, so here this is very easy. But if you do by this method, so then yeah, if this term becomes very complex, then also it is very easy for you. Okay, so I hope you understand why I'm telling you different methods in interest, because different methods are shorter and the most suitable method for you is the right method. Okay, because see, ultimately in the CSAT examination you need 66 marks. Okay, and the more marks will not be added to your prelims. Okay, will not be added to your prelims. So please be very careful of how much time you devote to CSAT. Okay, because just clearing CSAT is not our only thing, but the thing is that yes, it will help you in different examination, and that is also important. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to explain here. Different methods are suitable for different examination. So if you are giving, let's say, CATCA examination or SSC examination or other else, so definitely your method should be the shortest one. Okay, but if you are giving the UPSC examination, your method should be the surest one. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, let's read up this question. Now it is saying, Seth Ankush Gavdekar borrows a sum of rupees 1200 at the beginning of a year. After 4 months, rupees 1800 more is borrowed. Okay, rupees 1800 more is borrowed at a rate of interest double the previous one. So let's say यहाँ पे interest rate R था, यहाँ पे 2R है, ठीक है? At the end of the year, the sum of interest on both loans is rupees 216. Okay, 216. What is the first interest? What is the first rate of interest per annum? Okay, fine. So see what is happening here. Uh, क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे कि we took this 1200 rupees. Okay, 1200 rupees at the beginning of the year. After 4 months I took 1800 rupees. Okay, so and 1800 rupees more is borrowed at a rate of interest double the previous one. Okay, at a rate of interest double the previous one. At the end of the year, uh, fine. At the end of the year, the sum of interest on both of the loans is 216. What is the rate of interest per annum? Okay, so I know I here is equals to rupees 260. Fine, that is fine for me. And 1200 rupees I took for 1 year. Time 1 year hai. Rate of interest I don't know here. Okay, and so this is my interest one, and I2 is how much? 1800. Rate of interest is 2R. Okay, rate of interest is 2R, and time is how many months? 8 months. 8 months. So 8 months I can write them as what? 8 by 12. That is equals to 2 by 3. Okay, 2 by 3. So just write 2 by 3 here. 2 by 3 into 100. Okay, 2 by 3 into 100 you will get. Fine. So this is, now we know this 216 is equals to 1200. So यहाँ पे simplify let us do. So that is 12R. Okay, plus ये 100 again cancel. You have this 3 and this 3, 6 times 18, and this is what 2 and 2 is 4R. Okay, so this is 24R. So you have this 36R is equals to 216. So R is equals to 6%. And what is the first rate of interest? That is 6%. If you are asked second rate of interest, that is 12%. So what I did here is nothing but yeah, at the beginning of the year, so to simplify the calculation, I took time is equals to 1 year. Okay, time is equals to 1 year. And for this 2R, I took time is equals to how many years? Because 4 मंथ बाद लिया था तो एंड ऑफ द ईयर तक गया तो बचे कितने 8 मंथ्स. So 8 by 12 is the time, because in years we will calculate the time per annum ka interest rate they are asking. So that will become how much? 4, 2 and 4, 3. So 2 by 3 and you get this. So your R comes to be 6%. Okay. I hope this is very much clear to you. Now let's move forward. Now look at this. Rajiv lent out rupees 9 to Annie. We will see this question in the last class. This is one of the toughest question. Look at this question. A sum of money invested at simple interest triple itself in 8 years at simple interest. Okay. Find in how many years it will become 8 times itself at the same rate. Okay. So this is nothing but the same question. Okay. The same question because 8 years we know it triple itself मतलब कि 2p हो गया. So 1 year का interest rate कितना हो गया 2p by 8. So that becomes p by 4 for us. Now to become 8 times interest should be 7p. Okay. तो ये 7p कितने years में p by 4 will become equal to 7p in how many years? Obviously you will multiply this by 28. Okay. So this will become 17. So this will be 28 years. So see, I solved this question very easily because I already now know the concept. Okay. So this is that short a question. I hope you understand. We did this kind of question again. Okay. Like previously. Fine. Now we have this question. It is saying if rupees 1100 is obtained after lending out rupees X at 5% per annum for 2 years, and rupees 1800 is obtained after rupees lending out rupees Y at 10% per annum for 2 years, find X plus Y. So the question is on the simple and only. It is saying 1100 is obtained after lending X percent, after lending out rupees X at 5% per annum for 2 years. Okay, 5% per annum for 2 years, and rupees 1800 is obtained after lending out uh, Y, after lending out rupees Y at 10% per annum for 2 years. Find X plus Y. Okay. So what it is saying that we lent out rupees X and उसका 5% किया तो we lent out rupees X and it became 1100. Okay, and it became 1100 after 2 years. Fine. And then this is saying that we lent rupee Y and it became 1800 after 2 years. Okay, it became 1800 after 2 years at 10% per annum, at 10% per annum. Okay. So find X plus Y. Okay. So see, if we are using like simple interest wala formula, okay. So amount is equals to principal plus, so you can obviously use the same formula 1 plus RT by 100, sorry, 1 plus R into T by 100. ओके बिकॉज ये सिंपल इंटरेस्ट ही है तो 1100. ओके एंड ये x तो x ही है ना. वी हैव टू फाइंड दिस एंड यहाँ पे हमें वी नो दिस r इज इक्वल्स टू व्हाट 5, दिस t इज इक्वल्स टू व्हाट 2, सो दिस इज 100. ओके सो दिस इज वेरी सिंपल 10 हो जाएगा ये. सो दिस एंड दिस विल गेट कैंसिल. 11 by 10 is equals to x. Okay, so this becomes 1000. Okay, x becomes 1000 for us. See, it was very apparent for me कि ये जो x है वो 1000 है. I'll tell you how. And then let us look at this. Okay, ये 10% वाला भी देखते हैं. तो and rupees 1800 is obtained by lending out 10% for 2 years है ना. So 1800 obtain किया हमने, that is equals to p1 plus okay r into t by 100. and ये r कितना है? R is rate is 10 for us, time is 2 year for us. Okay, so this will be actually this will become 5. Okay, 5. So this will become 6 by 5. Okay, 6 by 5 and this will become 1800. So ये क्या है 300 एंड ये सम क्या हो जाता है हमारा 1500 हो जाता है. 1500 हो जाता है. ओके, सम हमारा 1500 हो जाता है. Fine. So, what is my x plus y? That is 1000 plus 1500. So that becomes 2500. Okay, 2500. Now see, in this question, this is very apparent. आपको 1100 मिला, ठीक है ना? आपको 1100 मिला 5% इंटरेस्ट रेट पे 2 years. तो अगर we have this simple interest, okay, 5% का, तो in 2 years the interest will be 10%. Okay, the interest will be 10%. So this is actually how much? This is 1 plus 10 by 100 into P. So 11 by 10 into P है ये actually. Okay, this is actually 1.1 times of P. Because ये 5% का interest 2 साल में 10% हो गया, तो this is becomes 1.1 times of P. So I know this 1100 is equals to actually how much? This is equals to obviously multiply 10 here, and this will become 11, so this will become p is equals to 1000. Okay, p is equals to 1000. Similarly, it is giving me 10% interest rate for 2 years, so I know कि interest rate 20% हो गया है, तो 120 into 100 times of principal, that is 12 by 10 into P is equals to 1800. Okay, so this also can be solved very easily. Why? Because this is 300, this is 2. Okay, this is 2, and then this will be 150, and this 10 will go here, so this will become 1500. Okay, so this is that simple, guys. Okay, this is that simple. Try to visualize everything from different angles. Fine.